What's up, everybody? Your favorite auntie is back by popular demand, honey. Okay, today's topic is learning when to let go of a toxic friendship and or relationship. I'm just gonna start by saying mine. It's basically about how I learned how to let go of a toxic friendship. Some people may think like it wasn't toxic, but I truly believe that it was toxic. Okay. Now, what happened was me and this girl, we had been friends for a few years, and I was going through a rough patch like during the pandemic. I was just like depressed, down. So, you know how like you be wanting a friend to lean on, like, oh my God, let me call my good Judy, and my good Judy gonna be there and she gonna help me out. Sweetie, I went over to discuss and divulge my issues, a shoulder to cry on, a friend to, you know, have and listen to or whatever. Miss Mamas, I get over there, she was telling me all her other friend business, like just divulging all this girl business. So at first I was like, I was never okay with it, but I was just listening. And I try not to get my input because me and that person was my friends. So I would never get my input on it. But I always felt some sort of way because I'm like, if you sitting up here telling me this girl business and I'm over here confiding in you, thinking like, oh, you're a good friend and you're going to be there for me, when at the end of the day, if you sitting up, I mean, she was telling me so much of this girl business that I started getting scared. Not scared because I knew I could have like did my door deals when it came down to them hands, but I just started feeling like scared because I'm like, my secrets are not safe here with you. Remember that song? I won't tell. Bitch, I felt like she was telling any and everybody. Cause the way that she was just telling me her friend business was like, sis, you lay up here and you do this a lot. You run out of shit to talk about, so then you start talking about everybody else's business. So I started feeling like, okay, she's just telling everybody business. So I just started slowly backing away from her. She would call me and I would answer, but I wouldn't like go to the point to, okay, now I gotta be there, now I gotta talk to her or whatever. No, it went out like it just got to a point where I stopped talking to her. And then I stopped texting her. And then she just stopped calling and texting me. And then one day it just ended completely. And I knew I was done because one day I had rolled past her house and I had saw her car. And I was like, damn, I miss her and I want to talk to her. But like my spirit told me, you and her is not in the same place. Okay? The place that you in, you need somebody that's gonna be there for you as a true friend. Not just a friend you can go drink and party with and kiki and ha ha and la la with. You need a friend that's gonna be a friend that's when you down, they gonna see that you down and they gonna give you advice to help lift you up. Okay? It wasn't about a material thing with us. It was more so at that point in my life I needed somebody to be there just to be a listening ear and give like some good advice. I needed to feel like the space was safe and I didn't feel like that. I just felt traumatized. Every time I started talking to her about the stuff that was going on with me and in my relationship or whatever, she had started telling me about this friend business, her relationship, her person, and I'm just like, this space is not safe. Like I don't feel safe. I don't feel comfortable. I feel like something drastic is gonna happen. And when I mean drastic, I felt like it was gonna get to a point where me and her was gonna fight. It it wasn't even like I wanted to fight her because what I was going like how I felt like she didn't have my back or whatever. Not like have my back I feel like my secrets weren't safe with her. So because they weren't safe with her, I just, every time I get around her, I start feeling like, nut if you buck, nut if you buck, no. And then it's toxic because if you got a nut if you buck, or you feel that like it's time to go. And it like I was a really true friend with her to her. To the point where I was about to fight somebody. Like I literally went over this person's house and went to fight them. But they ain't come outside. So like I feel like I was a good friend. But for her, I just didn't feel like she was a good friend because I didn't feel like nothing I was saying to her was ever gonna be safe with her. Because the way that she was just divulging that friend information is just, it tainted. It tainted our relationship. It tainted everything about us. And I ain't like that. I'm sorry I had to come see y'all like this, but you have to know when to leave a friendship. I don't care if y'all been friends for 1 year, 6 months, 6 years, 10 years, 15 years. Y'all done grew up in diapers. At some point, when you start feeling uncomfortable and you start feeling safe, you're going to start getting signs to like end it. You know when it's time to break up with a man, or you know when it's time to break up with a woman, then you need to have that same energy when it's time to break up with your friends. You got to know that, okay, this relationship is so toxic that I need to leave. Because if I get up and I punch this person in the face, I'm going to go to jail for assault, and it never should come down to that. It never should come down to that. So just leave. Like, just leave, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I had to commend myself, because the old me, the 21-year-old me would nut if you buck, nut. I couldn't even do it. Even though I did go over that girl house to fight her for her. But like I like felt like maybe when she matures herself and she gets into a situation, like a real life situation, maybe it's marriage for her, or maybe it's her having a baby, then we will come back around and we could be friends again. But because she had no kids, she didn't have no real relationship, she was still in an immature state. And I'm not saying relationship or kids make you mature, but sometimes in that aspect, it will mature you from a space where you at. But anyway, I'm gone. Stay away from toxic people. That's rule number 1 for 2022, for 2022. Stay the hell away from toxic people. Deuces.